Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel at NDN TV Nigeria. Click on the subscribe button and be the first to get notifications.
It is that time of the year again when the different ethnic groups across the Niger Delta roll out their drums for festivals and other cultural and traditional events. For a people who are known for their deep ties to their roots and reverence for their customs and traditions, these moments are usually sacred and characterized by celebrations, fellowship, and communal merriment. On the program today, we'll take you across some states of the Niger Delta to showcase some of the captivating scenes from these culturally significant ceremonies. We begin in River State with the Iguay Festival, known as the annual Festival of Lights, Purification and Thanksgiving, or Iguaba, celebrated by the Egi clan of Ogba land in Ogba Egbema Ndoni local government area. This age-long practice, observed in the 5th month of their local calendar, which falls in August, is a ritual of cleansing the land and offering gratitude to their ancestors for protection, fruitfulness, and many more blessings the people continue to enjoy.
Fire is usually dreaded because, if not handled properly, it definitely wreaks serious havoc. However, here at the Idu Our Festival, otherwise known as Iguay of Egi clan in Ogba land in Ogba Egbema Ndoni local government area of River State, these fiercely burning fires are not dreaded but are considered instruments of purification. The 17 villages that make up the clan, including Erema, Obogu, Ede, and others, hold this ritual on the same morning on a day set aside in the 5th month of their calendar, which falls in August every year. This year was not different. Our crew was at Ede community, where we spoke to custodians of this culture and tradition before they lit the fire.
This festival is called the Festival of Purification, Lights, and Thanksgiving, where the elder, the person bearing the fire, will go and confess all the things he has done over the years, or the last 1 year, pray for longevity, pray for fertility, pray for good health, pray for everyone in the community, then carries the fire and does the rest of the incantations.
Moments later, the village was ready for the showdown. One after the other, fire bearers from the various family units joined the spirited procession. It was somewhat terrifying to watch, yet the people could not stay away. Some followed closely while others relished in the sight from afar, but no one was left out. After the exciting traditional fireworks, the horde of people accompanying the fire bearers withdrew and allowed them to proceed to the burial ground in the community for the final prayers before fires were put out. Egi's sons and daughters were all full of excitement. They, however, dispelled insinuations that the Idu Our festival runs counter to the values of Christianity and modernity.
But if you know what you're doing, your culture, you can't throw it away. You can never throw it away. Without your culture, without identity, who are you? You're nobody. So I don't look at it as ignorance, and we'll continue to educate them.
It is not a fetish religion. It is just a way of cleansing the land. Even the meat we eat, we don't dedicate it to the gods.
The festival is said to share similarities with the Jewish tradition of the Feast of Lights, observed in Jerusalem, which is associated with the purification of the land and Thanksgiving. In the Iguay clan of Ogba land, it is believed that the celebration ushers in the goodwill of the ancestors for the rest of the year, bringing fertility to both people and the land, peace within the community, and protection from calamities and evil. Iquiri New Yam Festival. The Iquiri-speaking people of Akpo in Obiakpo local government area of Rivers State recently rolled out the drums to celebrate their annual New Yam Festival in their ancestral hometown of Odu Oba. The 7-day festivities were observed across the 10 communities that make up the Akpo clan. This is one of the most significant cultural festivals in the area, which showcases rich traditions and heritage of the people. The celebrations began with traditional wrestling, where young and able-bodied men displayed their strength and agility before an excited crowd of spectators. At the heart of the festival is the Idu Our, the king of Akpo Kingdom and chief priest of the land. He led the activities by first distributing yams and fish to the various communities and compounds, followed by the ritual washing of ancestral pots, from which both forefathers and descendants symbolically drink from. The climax was when the monarch personally harvested new yams from the farm and offered sacrifices to their deities. Unlike the Igbo Yam Festival, where yams are roasted and eaten with palm oil, in Akpo, the new yam is prepared as pounded yam and enjoyed with their native Iquiri soup. The Akpo people, like many ethnic groups in the Niger Delta, trace their roots to the ancient Benin kingdom. Oral history recounts that Idu Our, the founding father of Akpo, migrated alongside the ancestors of the Iguay and Ogba people. Leboku International Yam Festival. The Yako people in Yako local government area of Cross River State also celebrated their New Yam Festival recently. The festival, which is known as the Leboku International Yam Festival, is the culmination of the individual New Yam festivals of the 5 clans that make up the Yako nation. This year, participants from across Nigeria and beyond joined the people in Ugep community for a lively celebration characterized by colorful attire, music and reverberating dance steps in reverence to the earth goddess and other ancestral spirits. The 3 weeks of festivities had captivating activities from all categories of people in the communities. The maidens, aside from participating in harvest of the yam, had parades across the community as well as a period of exchange of gifts between both men and women, while young boys transitioning into adulthood had their time of rituals and festivities. Etangala masquerades also added color to the celebration with their iconic displays, while singing and dancing kept both the people and spectators engaged. The governor of the state, Senator Basi Otu, who joined in the celebration, harped on the theme of this year's celebration, fostering community cooperation for sustainable food security.
Beyond this, I wish to re-emphasize that Cross River State is among the few states in the Federation endowed with fertile land and conducive climate for agriculture. But while we are striving to maximize the potentials of these endowments, there is apprehension over a generational gap in farming as an occupation.
For many, Leboku is more than just a harvest festival. It is a celebration of peace, unity, and the enduring bond between the people and their culture. The Leboku festival has also been adopted to be celebrated in the Federal Capital Territory as part of efforts to promote the cultural heritage of the people and promote tourism. This is indeed one of many cultural festivities that showcases the rich cultural heritage and the tourism potential of Cross River State, which is also known as the People's Paradise. Ikeji Aro Okebo, and And for the Igbo-speaking people of Arochukwu and Arochukwu local government area of Abia State, this year's New Yam Festival, known as Jarro, is in full swing. Aro sons and daughters from far and wide, including Aro diaspora communities, are gathered in the kingdom for the 2025 New Yam Festival, which kicked off formally with an interdenominational Thanksgiving on Tuesday, the 23rd of September 2025, and other rituals across the kingdom, including the cooking of osu, a delicacy of the kingdom, which is a significant tradition during the Iquiri Aro. The traditional harvest and Thanksgiving celebration is known to bring together the 19 villages and the 3 major kindreds in the kingdom in fellowship to their ancestors and celebration of their love and unity. The monarch of the kingdom, Eze Aro, His Eminence Dr. Eberechukwu Orji, curates activities to mark the celebration, which often lasts for about 17 days, including the introduction of modern touches to the festivities, such as the Ikeji lecture and Ikeji dinner. For this year, the people are also using the opportunity to commemorate the 100th anniversary of the insignia of the kingdom known as the Omuaro and the traditional Omujoji attire. Sons of the kingdom who contributed to the emergence of this cultural emblem, first in 1925, and to what it is today a century later, including Dr. T.K. Uche, Mazi S.W.O. Okereke, Mazi Mbonu Ojike, and Mazi K.O. Mbadiwe, will be honored for their efforts. So also in Delta State, the various ethnic groups, especially the Ijo, Isoko, Ishekiri, and Urobo, had several festivals and traditional celebrations across their kingdoms. These festivals have for years been an avenue for inter-ethnic and communal relationships characterized by shared love for customs and traditions, which ultimately define their collective heritage as a people. Idu Our Festival, otherwise known as Agbasa Juju. In April this year, the 7 communities that make up the Urobo-speaking Agbara Wari Kingdom in Wari South Local Government Area celebrated the Idu Our Festival, popularly known as Agbasa Juju. Celebrated every 2 years, the cultural event centers around the worship of Owuri, the ancestral Urobo deity known for protecting and empowering his people in times of war. This year's edition was nothing short of spectacular, featuring energetic traditional dances and sacred rituals symbolizing bravery. Young men, led by their respective war commanders known as Okobaro, marched to Odu Oba, the kingdom's traditional headquarters, also called Agbasa Community Ground. A major feature of this celebration is the spirited parades of the warriors, often accompanied by the clanging of machetes known as the war dance. Another highlight of the festival is the arrival of the kingdom's field marshal and warlord, the Olotu, who cannot be clearly seen or properly captured with camera lens, as his entourage adorned in grass and tree branches, often referred to as a moving forest, ensures he is somewhat concealed. The Ovie of Agbara Wari, His Royal Majesty Kingsley Emakpowore Igby II, in an interview with our crew, outlined how the festival continues to keep the spirits of unity and love in and around the kingdom.
My father was part of it many years ago. I was happy to see that it was done in my presence at the first time, what I've experienced as the king of the kingdom. Like you can look at today, the unity was something different. Any story where I want to talk to the entire country, anything you hear outside, don't believe them. Come to Warri, you will see that the place is cool, it's calm, we're happy here.
Awankere Festival, popularly known as Okere Juju, Also in Delta State, spectators from far and wide recently gathered in Okeere community, located in Warri South local government area of Delta State, to join the Iquiri people in celebrating their annual Awankere festival, popularly known as Okeere Juju. This year's edition, which is the 528th edition, featured a colorful, vibrant and breathtaking display of the rich cultural heritage of the Iquiri ethnic group, who paid homage to their revered river deity, Okiroro. It is also a celebration of fertility, accompanied by purification rites and ritual sacrifices. One of the highlights of the celebration was the vibrant masquerade procession, which is a symbolic act of purification, believed to wash away evil spells, sickness and misfortune from the land. The fourth Ologoshere of Warri Kingdom, Chief Ayiri Emami, and others who graced the ceremony spoke on the cultural importance and historical relevance of the celebration to the Iquiri people.
As the masquerade comes, they pray for peace and love. We must be strong and be united and be together. Even tongue and teeth, sometimes they fight, but they reconcile. But we must be very focused in anything we are doing, in the interest of the Iquiri, so that we will continue to forge ahead.
Amafi Oi Festival. From the Iquiri, we now move to the Ijaw ethnic group, also known as Izon, who are said to be Nigeria's fourth largest ethnic nationality. In one of the predominantly Ijaw communities in Delta, Ogbe Ijaw, the people gathered in celebration of the annual Amafi Oi Festival earlier in the year. The festival, which is the 1005th edition, brought to bear the culture, tradition and customs of the people. The festival featured vibrant processions, traditional dances, historic displays and an eye-catching boat regatta. Men and women in separate parades known as Ogele moved round the community, singing and dancing, celebrating their unity, pride and ancestral heritage. The event also featured traditional rites performed exclusively by men, including libations to the gods and masquerade performances that reinforce spiritual connections to the ancestors. Urie Fishing Festival. Meanwhile, the Isoko people of Delta State, predominantly located in Isoko North and Isoko South local government areas, are equally renowned for their rich cultural expressions. This came alive during one of their festivals hosted by the Isoko-speaking people of Igbide Kingdom, which is known as the Urie Fishing Festival. Observed at the serene Urie Lake, this year's edition was a reaffirmation of the people's unity, history and traditions. Traditionally held in February, the festival also marks the beginning of the fishing season. Beyond that, it is a tribute to Eru, the founder of the clan, who was the first to settle in the Urie area of Owodopopo, Igbide, the very place where the festival is held annually. Guests were treated to freshly roasted and fried fish alongside an array of traditional Isoko dishes, offering a delightful taste of the people's culinary heritage. Some sons and daughters of Igbide, as well as spectators from neighboring communities, shared their excitement and experiences with Inside the Niger Delta.
Now every year we do all this festival. If you see everywhere, canoe fuller. Why canoe fuller that they give fish come?
We do it to sensitize our people. We do it to attract foreigners. It has great economic benefit.
Ael Oeni Festival. And in Bayelsa State, the state's cultural troupe, Seki Dance Group, and Ebelegbele dancers, as well as other cultural troupes, entertain guests and attendees with beautiful music and reverberating dance steps at the annual Ael Oeni Festival of the Ayakoro community in Ogbia local government area of Bayelsa State. The three-day festivities brought together community people, traditional leaders and dignitaries from far and wide, including the governor of Edo State, Senator MAMODE Okpewolo. The Ael Oeni Festival is an annual celebration to commemorate the relocation of the people of Ayakoro from their former settlement at the coast of Iquiri River to their present-day abode due to the erosion that sent them packing about 67 years ago. The highlights include a boat regatta where the people colorfully paddled from Agbura town in Yenagoa local government area to Ayakoro community in Ogbia. Local wrestlers from around the area also captivated the crowd with their show of strength, stamina and tricks. The festival of the Ayakoro people highlights the resilience of many other coastal communities across the region who are battling with the threat of displacement due to erosion that is becoming more frequent than ever. Iguay Festival. The people of Benin Kingdom in Edo State celebrate the Iguay Festival in December of every year. The royal festival, dating back to the 14th century, is a moment of appreciation to the Creator for a successful year and prayers for peace and prosperity in the new year, as well as a ceremony where all palace chiefs appear and pay homage to the Oba of Benin, Omonoba Nedo Ukwa Oba II. Despite the European conquest of Benin Kingdom in 1897 that reduced the relevance of this festival, it has continued to grow and become a rallying point for the chiefs and the people of the kingdom in solidarity with their ancestors and king. Isheshe Festival. The Yoruba-speaking Ondo State also had several cultural events and celebrations recently. This includes the Isheshe Festival. Isheshe, which means tradition in Yoruba language, is a cultural and religious celebration observed by practitioners of the Yoruba traditional religion. The annual celebration is to honor the different Yoruba deities and advocate for the preservation of Yoruba traditions in the face of civilization and modernity that is threatening traditional African heritage. Masquerades added spectacle to the occasion with their dazzling displays, while the people took part in several traditional rites, fire play and dance that left spectators in admiration. Just like other Niger Delta ethnic groups, Ondo Kingdom in Ondo West local government area of Ondo State also celebrated the harvest season and the beginning of the planting season, known as the Odu Oba festival. The festival is also a moment of restating the loyalty of the people to their monarch, Oshemawe, and paramount ruler of Ondo Kingdom, His Imperial Majesty, Oba Dr. Victor Adesimbo Kiladejo. The monarch in turn moved round the kingdom, exchanging pleasantries and gifts with the people, while also blessing the land. And just recently, the people trooped out again to celebrate the Ogun festival. This is to honor the ancient god of iron, Ogun, a figure associated with war and security of the land. Indigents in their glamorous attire dance through the major streets while priests offer prayers for protection, progress, peace and tranquility across their land.
Inside the Niger Delta.
Indeed, the Niger Delta is richly blessed with many ethnic groups, each with its own unique heritage, often expressed through these colorful festivals and many other customs and traditions. As the saying goes, to honor one's tradition is to honor one's identity. For the people of the Niger Delta, culture is a sacred flame, one that they are determined to keep burning so as to pass on to generations yet unborn. Well, that's the size of our package on the program for today. Kindly note that you can also watch our program live on our YouTube channel at NDNTV Nigeria on Mondays at 9 p.m., Tuesdays at 9:20 p.m., and Wednesdays at 9:30 p.m. Please do well to subscribe to our YouTube channel at NDNTV Nigeria for live updates and many more stories. Inside the Niger Delta, the authentic voice of Nigeria's oil-rich region, will be back same time, same station next week. Until then, you can follow us on our social media handles shown right now on your screens. Until next week, I am MAMODE AKUGHA thanking you for staying tuned. Bye for now.